Morning Joe, the shooting was on Saturday. They pulled the show off the air Monday, did not air it because they were afraid that someone on the show would say something untoward.
Have they not watched the show for the past 8 years?
Why? What are they saying on that show?
That's political commentator and out-of-touch liberal Bill Maher getting a wake-up call from Byron Donalds about just how biased establishment media has become. Welcome to Nerk News, I'm Nerkish, and it looks like once again comedian Bill Maher is 10 years behind on how deranged his party has become, because apparently he wasn't aware that Joe Scarborough and his wife Nagy McScoldface have lost their minds over Donald Trump.
What are your thoughts, panel, on NBC pulling Morning Joe, from the air on Monday?
Thank God, no.
I thought we were in agreement now. I thought we were like,
Why?
I thought we came together on that point. That's what I thought.
Why? We don't like Morning Joe?
No,
well,
I don't.
Well,
I
if
don't.
people don't know what, I was shocked at this story too. If people don't know what this is. Morning Joe, the shooting was on Saturday. They pulled the show off the air Monday, did not air it because they were afraid that someone on the show would say something untoward.
Have they not watched the show for the past 8 years?
Why? What are they saying on that show?
What do they say about Trump?
Oh, about Trump, but yeah.
Well, they say everything
But
negative
that you
about
can't
Trump.
trust your
I don't understand.
journalists?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
I mean, this would be like if Walter Cronkite, the day of the Kennedy assassination, the Flash from Dallas, I shouldn't really say anything. Something happened there. I'll hear. I mean, that you can't trust. How could the people trust in these journalists if the network itself can't trust them to go on the air and not f it up?
Bill's mistake here is that he thinks MSNBC is in the job of employing journalists. His Walter Cronkite comparison doesn't work because while Cronkite was a liberal, his job was to deliver the news. Joe Scarborough's job is to be a professional propagandist, gin up Democrats, and keep them outraged. He's not a precision tool for them, he's their grenadier. He lacks nuance and tact. His entire purpose is to scream and compare Trump to different authoritarians 24/7.
Well, also, Morning Joe.
You can't be respectful?
No, it doesn't make sense. It really, I mean, I make jokes about it, but it really doesn't make sense. It's not like Morning Joe is more partisan than the late night MSNBC lineup. You know, that's just as partisan in terms of where their point of view, where they're coming from. So I don't know why they wouldn't trust that,
Okay.
and yet they can have.
No, the show's on for me in the middle of the night.
Right.
So I'm not going to say I see it a lot.
right.
Okay. I mean, it's on at like 6 in the morning. I mean, I'm
Right.
barely getting to sleep. What? I'm a comedian. This is the life we live. Okay.
That's true.
But Joe was like you, a congressman from Florida, a
Yes.
Republican congressman
Yeah.
from Florida. I don't think he's a crazy person. I think he's a smart guy. I like him. He's been on this show. I've been on his show. I'd like to hear what he has to say.
I don't know what their decision, what their thing was. I would
has
say
Joe become that far left
don't think so.
in your view?
No, but even if he
he's that
has-
anti-Trump though.
No, but even if he has,
Well,
who
so am I.
cares? You know, he's not some crazy person that
Right.
you suddenly realize, who's this crazy person we have on TV? Well, you're the one that put him on. Why, you know, you're just realizing this person shouldn't be on television?
If,
No, of course not.
NBC can't trust the show going on, it's because they already know that the show has a very strong anti-Trump viewpoint. And so maybe they said, you know what, we can't take a chance. I don't want to speak for them.
No,
I don't know.
that's
but-
exactly what it sounds like. I just think it's ridiculous.
This is where you could tell Maher really isn't up to speed on anything. He remembers Joe Scarborough as a sensible center-right guy. He doesn't know that Joe and his wife have been suffering from stage 4 Trump derangement syndrome for the past 8 years, partially because Bill has a case of it himself, just not as severe. He hasn't gotten so delusional that he thinks Biden is, as Mika put it, the best president in 100 years. But Bill is right about one thing. MSNBC is being hypocritical by expecting their audiences to trust Morning Joe when they themselves can't. But let me know what you think. Why does MSNBC still air Morning Joe if they can't even trust them to report the news? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. That stuff really does help us out. Until then, this has been Nerk News. Thanks for watching. Bye!